Hello, guys, and welcome here. Yes, we are back. It is the Carvana Wild Card Series. This is season number 3, potentially and most likely the final season of the Carvana Wild Card Series. And we are here today to open the season from the Daytona International Raceway under the lights here. Hello, guys. I'm proud to bring you coverage of this race. I'm Brian James. Starting on the pole will be Rodney Crouchin at number 9, starting his sophomore season and hoping to better his luck here in the number 9 this season. And starting outside of him, a Cup Series veteran, as well as a Carvana wildcard rookie making his debut. It is the number 1 of Nathan Faden. So, of course, this is the first time for that driver in that car. Of course, we are coming to you the night before what will be the championship battle for the Jello Cup Series tomorrow night on the Zenjoltis Mega Speedway. All 4 of these, or a lot of these guys in this field, will have to fly from here all the way to Zenjoltis for tomorrow night's race under the lights as we finish up the Jello Cup season. And of course, a lot of these guys, Carvana wildcard rookies. We've got some changes this year. Of course, we do not have the knockout qualifiers this year. We only have a field of 36 compared to 38. And of course, we have an expanded schedule. Instead of 22 races this year, we have 24 races. Of course, those are just a few of the minor changes. One thing we didn't change is there is still an oval and a road course championship, and the fact that there are double points up for stake or up for grabs here under the lights at Daytona. One of the 3 races, of course, the Homestead Road Course at the end of the season, and the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, I believe, will be the 2 tracks where there will be double points up for grabs for these guys. So not many changes in store here as far as that goes. Of course, those are the things that remain the same, but the schedule expanding and the field shortening are the 2 biggest changes. There are 36 guys vying for 12 playoff spots, and this today will determine how well these guys will start. And we will see who will get there and who will have some work to do in just a moment, as we will be right back with your starting lineup in just a couple minutes. Welcome back. Let's take a look at your starting lineup. It's on the left-hand side of your screen. Of course, you notice a lot of names in this field that are in the Jello Cup Series race tomorrow. Of course, all of your Championship 4 drivers are in the field today and tomorrow. I imagine this puts immense pressure on those guys like Samet Ozkan at the front, the Swedish driver who is trying to win a championship. Tim Randolph, he's up here. He's trying to win a championship over there. So this is added stress now because these guys are not only battling for that championship, but they want to get a good start here so they could focus on their Carvana Wildcard Championship. But the pace car is off. It'll be Rodney Crouch, Nathan Faden, green flag flies. We're underway at Daytona. And off into turn 1, you see the Dodges are lined up on the inside. So is Samet Ozkan with that Red Bull Racing Toyota. Comes the 41. I believe that is Kevin Upton in the 41. You see that inside lane, they're starting to get formed. Here comes Samet Ozkan. Keep in mind, all these bumpers are rounded because it is an old, or this is the Gen 4 car, or the car of yesterday. So, of course, the bumpers are a little bit more rounded, so these guys can't really push like they would in the Jello Cup cars. And Samet Ozkan will lead the opening lap. Here, give him 2 bonus points. He, of course, is a championship contender driving for Joe Gibbs Racing over on the Jello Cup side. And to the inside goes Kevin Upton. And he will take the lead away. We have a lot of, Mo Upton is in the Ford. Yeah, it is Kevin Upton. Here we go now. He'll lead the second lap. And look at the 3 Dodges on the inside lane. And just look at how spread out this field is. Or how well this pack is working together. You see a little 3 wide back there. I believe that is the 52 of Max Anderson in the middle of that. Yes, that is. And now you see the 41 moves high. That'll allow his Chip Ganassi Racing teammate and I believe his relative there, Mo Upton, going to the lead in the Coors Light Dodge. And at the line, the 41 narrowly leads that lap. They go door to door. That's not teammate-like right there. And Tim Randolph will go to the lead in the Front Row Motorsports Dodge. It's not very teammate-like to force it that way. And now you see they're 3x3. This is not going to work. It's not as wide as Talladega is. And you see it puts the 41 and the 84 out to pasture on that top lane. And the question, of course, we always ask at this track, when will the big one happen? I imagine if they keep racing like this. And it's not long. Dylan Young around. Caution is out. Here, huge wreck on the front stretch. Not the start many of these guys were hoping for. It looks like everybody gets rolling, but they all got damaged. Here comes Matthew Logan. But of course he does not have the help on that outside lane. That 31, Dan Hummel going up to help Tim Randolph. And now the 40 going down to help. But Tim Randolph will lead him back to the line. And now we'll get a chance to see what brought out the first caution of Season 3, as we're going to go get a replay. We knew this was only a matter of time. They're 3 wide here. You see they just all pinch each other here. And this sort of blocks the track. You see a few guys do get through on the bottom lane. Chris Smith is able to sneak through. So are a few of the others, but the 5 not so lucky. Neither is the 19. The 29, is he going to get lucky? Yes, narrowly. You see there, they're just scattering all over the place on that bottom lane. There's a few guys up top who are able to get through. Not the start many of these guys were hoping for on lap number 5, and we'll take you back to the green in just a moment. Welcome back. Samet Ozkan going to be one wishing to put this day behind him, and now he will have his sights set on tomorrow for the Jello Cup Series Championship. He has retired from the race. That is a tough break and a tough start to the season for Samet. Tim Randolph will restart the race in the lead. Matthew Logan second, Dan Hummel third, Mo Upton fourth, Mitchell Collins in fifth, Mohammed Zain Abdullah in sixth, Alexander Rowe in 7th, Chris Smith 8th, Dylan Ibrahimian in 9th, and in 10th is Trevor Collins. If there's one guy to keep an eye on this restart, I'm going to bet on that 07. Mohammed Zain Abdullah won the Talladega race last season. We'll see what happens as we're back underway. And here we go. Battle for the lead right now. It is Matthew Logan in the 66. He's going to try and take the lead. Here comes Mitchell Collins and the 00 of Alexander Rowe, another one of your Championship 4 contenders tomorrow, trying to make it here. And Matthew Logan will lead that lap. No one in this field has won at Daytona before. So a lot of these guys trying to become the first, or all of these guys trying to become the first to win at Daytona, because keep in mind, the two winners of the past, Miguel Zapata and Rick Johnson. Ricky Johnson not in the field this season. Ricky Johnson has not raced since season 1. Miguel Zapata had a phenomenal rookie season last year. He is not back either, as Matthew Logan will continue to lead, and Alexander Rowe will now set his sights on the race lead in that Michael Waltrip Racing Toyota. You won't get it this time. Well, you can tell it's basically a 2-car, or about a 12, 13 car pack, I would have to guess. Still vying for this win, of course, per usual. We will have lap traffic to deal with per usual. You see the 13 of Nikolai Sykes. And Tyler Faden's up ahead, as well as Nathan Faden and others with damage. There's the 83 as well, Dave Hashey. Of course, that's going to confuse me all season. The two Red Bull teams cars have the same paint scheme. So that's one thing to watch all season. As the 00, that is Alexander Rowe, and he will go to the race lead. A Cup Series veteran, 6 career Cup wins. And of course, a Championship 4 driver who could very well win the championship tomorrow on the Cup side and get off to a phenomenal start here on the Carvana side. Keep this in mind, double points again are at stake in this race for the overall championship. The regular season, the overall championship, but of course the oval championship, we will not feature double points or a playoff. It is 12 races to determine who is the best on ovals, and 12 races to determine who is the best on road courses. As Scott Upton, who has had a pretty promising rookie campaign on the Cup side, he wants to do the same here on the Carvana side. He goes to the lead, but of course, as mentioned, the lap traffic will now have an effect on this race, and you see the 13 is holding him up. That'll allow the 42 to get away big time. Now the outside lane is able to get by. Well, at least the 16 is. We'll see if these guys can get reformed. Saw a car in the pit lane. That's the 5 of Dick Clark with an issue. Another Cup veteran. That's a tough break. And look at this. These guys are going to get formed up, I believe. And to my knowledge, Ford has won both the Daytona races. So keep an eye on this. Because obviously the Dodge is leading. Scott Upton, he takes over that 42 from Dave James, who won the championship last season. But of course, this is a newer mod. This is a newer car set. So either way, to fill in for that number, with big shoes to fill, he would sure love to go to victory lane here at Daytona. He had a very impressive speed weeks. We keep mentioning it. A very impressive one for the Jello Cup side. So, of course, he wants to finish the job here on the Carvana side. 3 laps of racing to go. Now, there is no overtime. That is one thing we should address. There will be no overtime in this race on the Carvana side. That is kind of a cup-only thing for now. Look at this. They're going to swallow them up clearly faster. 10 miles an hour quicker. Just about 8 miles an hour quicker than the leader. And they are just getting formed up here. And they're just searching, trying to find a way to get around them. They won't. But they are just bunched up. And Trevor Collins also in this mix. He's another Championship 4 contender. 3 laps of racing to go. Matthew Logan to the lead. Can the Haas car hang on? Another thing I should tell you, unfortunately with this mod there weren't many paint schemes, so I will try to change them up as much as I can, but for now expect kind of the same schemes every race. 2 to go. Can anybody challenge Matthew Logan? Lap traffic is on the back stretch, but I don't think, don't quote me on it, I don't think it'll have any impact. Coming to the white flag this time. Dan Hummel is there. Can he make a move? 1 lap of racing to go. Chris Smith is there too. And Dan Hummel, he's been one to come close. Today, could it be his day? We're going to go to the backstretch. He might want to make a move here. See Matthew Logan, he's going to block that bottom as much as he can. Dan Hummel, he's just trying desperately to get a run. He's not going to get it. Could it be another runner-up for him? Or could Matthew Logan steal the show out of turn 4? Will the 31 make a move? He will not. Matthew Logan will win at Daytona. Second season in a row, a 66 car has gone to victory lane at Daytona in the Carvana Wildcard Series. Congratulations to Matthew Logan. An excellent start to the season for him. How's about Trevor Collins coming home with the top 5? He finishes the best out of those Championship 4 drivers in this field today, which all 4 of them are over on the Gel Cup side in this field in the Carvana Wildcard. But again, Trevor Collins comes out on top. Is this a sign of what's to come tomorrow? That's going to be the real question. Anyway, we are going to show you your results and standings. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow for the Jello Cup Series Championship 4, and then we'll see you next week for some more. We'll see you a little bit later on in the week for some more Carvana Wildcard Series racing. Until then, goodbye, everyone.